Are still trying to defuse a hostage situation at the International Pentecostal Holiness Church in Zuurbekom in the west of Johannesburg. It's believed about 200 people are being held hostage. The showdown is apparently over leadership of the church. Reporter Manqoba Mchunu is there and joins me now. Manqoba, what's the situation there now? Earlier you spoke to a church leader who said about 200 people were held hostage there.
Well, Masiko, that's correct. And we do understand that these people are still being held hostage inside the church. I'm just going to step out short again, Masiko, just so that you can see the scene where it's all unfolding at the church. Police are here on the scene, as well as members of the SANDF who are gathered here to try and defuse the situation. So, Masiko, we're told that the incident happened around 1 o'clock this morning, and we're told by one of the church leaders that it is one of the splinter groups of the church that is behind this particular attack, and they are telling us that several people, about 200 of them, are still being held inside at this stage. They say that the group arrived here. When they arrived here, they went through a small gate in the church, and that's when they then clashed with security. There was shot fires that was exchanged, gunshots that was exchanged between security and this group that was attacking. But they're also telling us that the people that are held inside here are some of the people that usually stay in and around the church, and that have been here that were here earlier on to clean the church. So as things stand, we are told that the members of the task team are inside the church, and police are saying that at this stage they're still trying to get inside the church, to get those who are trapped inside, those who are held hostage, to be freed. So we've seen some movement at this stage, but we're not quite sure, because we have been told to stand behind this line, the police line that is. But we've also seen some ambulances going towards the scene, and also some forensic vehicles going there, presumably to collect some of the bodies that have been said to have been here on the scene. There are about 4 people that are reported to have died. We are told that 4 vehicles were set alight with the occupants inside those vehicles. So this is a scene as it happened. But earlier on, Maseko, we spoke to the church chairperson of the executive, Abel Wesley, and this is what he had to say.
In the early hours of the morning, just after 1 o'clock, we saw a group of people coming in cars. They came in and then they started shooting randomly. Some got inside, others were outside, and then they literally took over. They wanted to take over the church. We alerted the police. We ran for cover and alerted the police. The police came, and they were able to arrest those that were outside, and they were able to disarm them. As you can see on the video, there's plenty of guns, various types, AK-47, you name them. Some looks like bombs. I don't know if they are bombs. But they came in, and then those outside were arrested. The police were able to arrest them and confiscate their guns. Those that are inside, as we speak, they are still inside there. They held members who were asleep at the time, who are workers in the church, who are volunteers to come and clean the church and so on.
Now, Manqoba, tell us a bit more about the leadership fight within the church.
Well, Basiko, what you do understand, having spoken to Mr. Wesley earlier on, is that the church was split into 2 groups after its leader had died, and one of the sons then descended to the throne of the church, as he puts it. So he says that one of the son who claims to be from out of wedlock has now come to claim the church. And he says that this is an attempt by that splinter group. We do understand, Masiko, that there are 3 splinter groups to this church, one of them being in Springs. And he says that the one church that is in Springs currently does not have any feud with the headquarters of the IPHC church here in Zuurbekom. But he says the other splinter group, however, has been fighting with the church, trying to take over the leadership of the church. He says this fight going on from last year, so he puts it. So they're saying that they believe that it's this group that has a problem, that wants to take over the leadership of the church, that is behind this attack. Let's take a listen to what he had to say about this.
They have attacked our Cape Town area. They've attacked they attacked this place at our farms. They took over there as we speak. They have occupied that place also forcefully. They are there as we speak. Their soldiers are there. They took over that area. It's a farm that is belonging to the family. It's not even part of the church. It's a farm that belongs to the family. That farm has got, it's under the executor who's looking after the interest of the family there.
And I understand you yourself have also been caught in the crossfire somehow.
Yes. In April, I was attacked. I was mugged. I was shot. I was even hospitalized. I was missed by about 11 bullets. I was caught by one, and I was hospitalized. So they attempted my life. They wanted to take my life.
Now, Manqoba, I mean, the hostage situation since 1 o'clock this morning, I see during the time that you've been giving us shots there with Joel Matlala, it's police sniffer dogs, for instance. How would you judge the police, in terms of trying to diffuse the situation since 1 o'clock in the 2 hours or so that you've been there?
Well, Masiko, I can tell you that in the past few minutes that we've been here, there's certainly been a lot more police arriving here on the scene, also members of the SANDF who've been trying to keep some of the congregants away from the scene. They're saying that the situation is volatile as things stand. Masiko, we've seen some of the SAND members, of course, going around the church. They've been trying to circle the church's premises to try and get away inside so that they can try and make their way into those people that are being held hostage. So as we speak now, Maseko, we see there are also some forensic experts here on the scene who have been combing the scene for the past few hours that we have been here. So we're told that they arrived here as early as 5 a.m. this morning, and they have been really dealing with the crime scene in terms of the firearms that have been confiscated. I understand that a number of them were confiscated, and several of those people or attackers, so to speak, Maseko, have been arrested. So the situation is quite tense as things stand. And one of the soldiers is telling us that, in fact, there are negotiators that are here on the scene as we speak. But they're hopeful that they will be able to get those people that are trapped or that are held hostage inside here safely.
Well, thank you very much. That's my colleague Manqoba Mchunu giving us details of that breaking story of a hostage situation at a church in Zuurbekom.